These niggas want to be HIJK. Here is where you come for the tea. Okay?
But wait, there's more. Hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
What is going on, entertainers? So today I'm coming to y'all with another video, and we talking Nicki versus Cardi. Y'all, I know you're late. I know. I just had to handle something real quick, okay? Y'all, let me tell you something. I'm gonna give y'all a life lessons from Pierre, okay? You have to know when to leave a situation, okay? And it ain't about a dude, y'all. So like, no, it ain't about a nigga. Okay? Never been about that, okay? I'm talking about a situation, job, whatever it may be, school, whatever it may be, organization. Sometimes you gotta know when to get them, okay? Before you end up in some BS, okay? A debt, maybe, possibly, okay? So I'm gonna just say that. Story time coming very, very soon, y'all. If I'm gonna be honest, I gotta tell y'all about my L's just as much as I tell y'all about my W's, right? Right. Anyways, now let's get to this video. So Cardi B's numbers did drop. This is coming from Complex, you guys. So it says 7 years after the release of Cardi's debut album, the rapper's long-awaited sophomore album, Am I the Drama, is projected to land at #1 on the Billboard 200 charts with 205,000 in album equivalent units, which then would make her, which I have to do this, the first female rapper to do so. Okay. Which, let's talk about that. Let's say if this were true, right? Because allegedly there's rumors that her numbers were inflated, right? Let's say if these numbers were to be true. If this were to be true, to me, that's still not the biggest W in my eyes versus a Nicki, because we're talking Stan Wars at this point. Let's not act stupid. That's still to me not a bigger feat than Nicki, because let's be honest, on that album, you have more than one track on there that is several years old. WAP came out so long ago. Up came out so long ago. So it's like, it's a little bit to me like cheating the system. So can you really say that? I don't think so, just from my opinion, just because what's on the album. Now, if those tracks were not on the album and you didn't have year-old tracks on the album and you hit those numbers, I feel like you couldn't say those numbers are inflated. You can never put out there that these numbers are inflated because you don't have old tracks like that on the album. That's what I think about this whole numbers situation. Do I think, in my opinion, these numbers are allegedly inflated? Yes. Sorry, argue with your mama. This is my opinion. It's all alleged. Okay, that's just what I think, just from how this album has been pushed out already to the general public. It doesn't seem like those numbers are 100% authentic to me, for sure. So then Nicki took to Twitter and also her Instagram stories and tweeted, "To every enabler, never provoke a writer while they're writing. You join the game as a willing participant. Don't try to back out now." March 27, 2026. That is when she's releasing her album. Another thing, to me, I feel like every time Cardi does drop something, whether it be single, album, well, not album, single, because she hasn't dropped the album in a minute. I do not like how Nicki drops something directly after it, whether it be an announcement or a single. That makes it look like you're bothered. You never want to let your op know that you're bothered by them. I have figured that in life. You can never let them know that you're bothered. If you let them know you're bothered, they win. Okay? You let them know you don't even see them. That will irritate them even more. But if you're trying to like directly compete with them, like, oh, I got this. You got this? Well, I got that. You lost because you're showing you're bothered. So I think she shouldn't have made this announcement so early. I feel like she should have waited till maybe the new year and made this announcement, maybe later on in the year. But making this announcement so early on in the year, so early on to when she dropped the album, that's showing to me you're a little bothered. She said, hashtag rock bottom nation, hashtag rock inflation, hashtag Rico nation, okay? Child, at this point, Nicki Minaj, you should have put hashtag Rhythm Nation. You failed. Let the reindeer games begin. We hashtag win again. She then took to her story basically putting like reposting a tweet that basically stated Nicki Minaj is still the only female rapper to have two albums debut over that 200 and k selling point. Okay, units selling point. So she reposted that and then tweeted that, which kind of to me, her tweeting that, I'm not mad at it. It's just the hashtags. Because once again, it's showing you're a little bothered. Why Nicki Minaj to me sees Cardi, I don't think she sees her as competition. I don't think she sees her as competition at all. But I think she's frustrated with the fake congratulations, like Meatball said. She's sick of the fake congratulations. And I think that's where her frustration is coming from. She's sick of somebody being acknowledged for something that she considers piss poor. She's sick of somebody being acknowledged for a project that she probably listened to and thought it was garbage. That's what I think her frustration comes from. I don't think it comes from the fact that she's intimidated. I think she's sick of the fake congratulations. She's sick of the fake applause. So then here comes the tweets. So the first tweet, A B C D E F G, surgery to look like me, tell the rat and tell Jay-Z, Rico fraud and perjury. Which then Cardi says, A B C D E F G, your man have to snatch punani. Punani tastes like honeycomb. Your bro be touching 12-year-old. And then Nikki replies with A B C D E F G, pregnant, play with his pussy. Okay. I know somewhere Stephon Diggs is stressed the hell out. Like, what the thing is, like, I don't think he realizes getting her pregnant, you just like you consume more drama into your life. He already has a little bit of controversy surrounding himself, besides Cardi even being involved. Now being with her, you just added like 50 times more drama to your life. So it's like I don't know if he's regretting it or not, but I low key would, because that's a lot of stress. I already got my own stress. So you gonna add to my stress? How much can a nigga take? What's the fuck? Let me stop. So first of all, let's talk about these tweets. These tweets were inspired by Cardi B's song Magnet. So in this song, you guys, she does the ABCDEFG line and says ABCDEFG, these can't with me, tastes like honeycomb, talking on my money phone. Shout out to my 304s that wear the pants like Kamala. Got my baby daddy acting like my baby mama. Now, some people may have said that they feel like this is a diss towards Nicki. I don't think it was a diss towards Nicki. I think Nicki was making fun of the fact that she had to use ABCDEFG in a rap in order to make things rhyme. I think that's what she's poking fun at. I don't think she's poking fun or trying to get back at her because of a diss. I don't see a diss in this. I really feel like she's dissing Offset, if anything, and trying to basically call him a bitch. That's what I get from the song. I don't feel like there's a Nicki diss in any of this song at all. I feel like it's the creativity that Nicki's poking fun of, because Nicki's creative. So it's like when she sees somebody that's coming along that isn't as creative, that's what she's gonna make fun of, is the lack of creativity. At one point, Cardi even tweeted and said, "Oh, you must have missed me, huh? Ain't nothing worse than a bored bitch." This is what I was talking about earlier. Now Nicki has her thinking that like you're like bothered by her, that you're on her mind. You never want to let an op know that you're on there, that they're on your mind. That's the worst thing you could do. So that's what to me Nicki kind of lost with this. She could have came a little bit more fly with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Now she also tweeted some things in regards to her album, which Cardi replied back and said, "Why you keep bringing up my album? It's not the gag you think it is. You've been in the game like 16 years. You need to compare yourself to your peers that started about your time. Rihanna, Taylor Swift, Drake, those are the numbers you need to be competing with." I agree with that partially. The only thing I would say is she can't really compare herself to genres that she's not in full time. She does not do country pop. So it's like, what are you going to compare yourself to a Taylor Swift for? She's not a full-on singer, pop artist, R&B artist like Rihanna. She can't compare herself to that. And then Drake, that's a man. So it's like, I don't know about the argument. I don't feel like that's a strong argument to me, because to compare herself to those type of people to me wouldn't make any sense. Those are the numbers you need to be competing with. And you can't, because you doing lower than all of them. I was in high school when you came out. What the F is you comparing yourself to me for? Okay. At one point, Nicki tweeted, "Raw dogging pregnant with the fourth baby, Barney BBV, HPV, hash allegedly, okay, and they included a picture of Roger bent over looking at his hole. Let me tell you something. Whoever is running, so whoever is part of Nikki's media team, I don't even think she has one at this point. They need to get her phone because for you to find that picture and post it with that tweet is diabolical. Okay, like, and my whole thing is, you know that Cardi love to sue. She love to sue. So the last thing you want is anything in regards to alleging STDs of any sort. That's why she made sure to include that allegedly word, because I don't think she want those problems. We done seen it happen before with Miss Tasha Gay. So I think she did that, very particular. Cardi B ends up replying back and she says, "Okay, this the third tweet talking about my pregnancy. Like you wasn't going to a different fertility doctor because you couldn't reproduce from all them scrambling your eggs. Not allegedly. Lord, protect my babies." Let me tell you something. Nikki has a snake in her camp. Because how does she know this? That seems very detailed information that somebody that is close to you that you are telling that is running back and telling your tea. This is why you got to be careful what you tell people because they will listen, take it, and then run with it. You got to be very careful. So I don't know about this. Nikki, you should be very worried about what she knows. I don't know. Okay. To me, all this Twitter stuff is stupid to me because get in the booth. I think Nicki's album is going to obliterate damn Cardi B. I think the album is gonna blow her out of the water. I feel as if the tracks that she's going to come with are gonna be too much for Cardi to even manage. And I hope that she's careful with how she replies back. Because we all know how Nicki to me is a bigger troller than Cardi. That's why they don't really get along, in my opinion. I feel like Cardi B is a troller and Nicki's a troller. Two trolls are not gonna be friends because they're both good at the game. So it's never gonna be a okay, we call a truce. Because somebody gonna say something and another person gonna respond back. They're never gonna let it go. That's how the game goes. Okay. Now, this album to me was announced a little bit too early because you are giving Cardi a time to do a preemptive strike. What if she drops a diss track the same day you drop your album? You see what I'm saying? Now, if you announced it maybe a little bit before, I don't think Cardi would have had the wherewithal to get the team, the shade, together to be able to conjure up a diss track. So there's sort of strategy when it comes to this whole diss game, and you got to be a little bit safe in protecting your art. So I feel like this album was pre-announced way, 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 way too early. I feel like it should have been announced beginning of the year, February or January, not literally. We're not even October yet. We're still in September. September. Now there was also some pictures exchanged. This is fan made art. This was not, put by Nicki, but she did end up putting Cardi's face in Barney, and also where Cardi returned back with her brother with a pink wig. As you all know, her brother has been convicted of doing some not so legal things. We're gonna say allegedly, just protect ourselves here. So they returned back with each other with that. Y'all would think the drama would stop there, but recently there was some audio leaked. Okay, there was some audio leaked where Cardi B seemed to have been just going off about a numerous of things. Where at one point Lotto ends up getting shaded in this audio as well. I will say I'm very surprised that Cardi B didn't hop on them Twitter spaces. Y'all know she run the Twitter spaces. I thought she was gonna run over there to that Twitter space, or I thought Nicki Minaj was gonna run over there to that Twitter space and give us one of her whisper sessions. You know how she goes on Twitter space and she hit us with a so like guys, there comes a time where writers payola will be exposed because times have changed and I will be avenged. I thought she was gonna hit us with one of those, but she didn't. Okay, I was kind of hoping so because I was watching it when everything was going on. You guys, I was keeping up to everything. Everything was going on. I just literally could record it at the time. Now, there's audio leaked of Cardi B going off on Ice Spice's manager. Now, in this audio, she is seen screaming obscenities and cursing the person out. You guys. First of all, somebody does need to get Ice Spice. Not by like I'm not talking about like getting hard, like fight, but somebody needs to give her a good old diss because she really is like a child playing in grown people business. Like she's really like she's like a small fish playing in a big fish pond, and somebody is gonna be a shark one day and take her out. And I feel like Cardi may be that shark. Okay, she then posted emoji, which this is my sound effect. So this is okay. She after this was leaked, okay? And then somebody else who also is getting involved is JT. So JT, if you guys don't know, last week they were going back and forth. Now JT went on and tweeted some things because I will say once Nicki speaks, a lot of the girls do get a little bit more courage. Y'all know I love JT and all, but like you feel me? It does seem like a lot of the girls get a little bit more courage when the queen speaks. All right. She tweeted this and said, LOL, that been home ugly and mad, no celebration. I would have been break dancing right now if I was number one. But she knows she lied. And she's talking about lying about the numbers. Okay. Which then Cardi B replied back and said, and I don't give, I'm still in the mother house. Okay. In my New York voice. Which by the way, I seen a thing that New York said today. She says she non-binary. New York, if you don't sit your ass down, so you sit your ass down and shut the hell up, like you said on the show. Are you serious? Like that doesn't even make any sense, New York. Like, when did you come upon that realization? We need to know. We need to know. Okay. She then on went to tweet this, which then her sister Hennessy ended up getting involved as well. Someone tweeted at her sister Hennessy said, Gremlin looking B dying for attention. That's why I curved your boyfriend 7 to 8 times and you know it. Ha 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 ha. So JT said, how would I know that? I don't know. Y'all ran through 304s from nowhere, but getting y'all whooped. Your sister Lily got dogged out for years in front of millions, low self-esteem having 304. If I look like a gremlin, the F you think of the face, sister bot. Ho, go sit down and go get your sister ready for Friday, Punani. And then JT replied back, which Friday, you dropping that diss? You dropping that diss? Because my whole thing is this. JT, it's all fun. The Twitter games are all fun and all, but like I want to track. I want to track. I don't care about the disses and all that. I want to track. That's what I want. Okay. That's what I need. You say your sister been starting since Kim Barbie was breaking down those weak bars to players. Prayer 304, nobody jealous, but your sister who promoted Rick in several songs because I put it on my delusional app. And it said, just like a Spanish girl to think a black girl is jealous. Your sister gives baby fat jacket in the summertime to hide a pregnancy in Team Jordans. Jealous? Nah. Okay. And they said, damn, you watching the whole family because what about this tweet made you feel hit? Been paying you dust, you weirdo. I bet you do got a diss. That's why you've been picking at my sister for 2 years. Been dying for this moment. And then JT replied back and said, how can I pick on Miss Dangerous? I'm in a fitting hole tight treadmill. Be right back. It said the gremlin in question and end up putting a picture, 2 pictures of Cardi B. Let me tell y'all, this picture isn't too bad. It isn't too bad, but this first picture, really bad. Cardi does need to stop with the surgeries. I know a lot of people make fun and poke at her at that, but somebody on her team needs to honestly sit down with her and tell her she needs to stop. Like it's literally out of control. And it said, it's your 4th time bringing up race, Hennessy says. How you go trying to race bait? What is your obsession with race? You the same girl that got up here saying you don't like dark-skinned women and calling them crispy. Now you race baiting so you could get those same women on your side. I'm starting to think it's something you need to tell us. Is it because your man is messing with a Dominican artist? That don't have nothing to do with us. And she said, 304, shut up. Ask your sister why she started this whole thing calling me a lapdog over a feature and congratulating another artist on their first top 10. Jealous, entitled 304. Now, I will say I'm on JT with this. I'm with JT with this, okay? Because in my opinion, you cannot be mad at somebody working with a op of yours when you have worked with op of theirs. So you that to me is a little hypocritical. You can't sit here and be like, "Oh, you're a lapdog because they did a feature." You just cannot do that. Like, I feel like that to me is like unfair to do and say. So I'm with JT when it comes to that. Okay. And then she also tweeted at her, says, sitting there looking like an orangutan and a hat, popping this been slow. It was give a little witchy poo. Okay. But that's old Cardi, JT. That's the thing. Like, you can't use old Cardi. You got to use new Cardi. You can't use her old Cardi. This is before the money went up. Okay. In regards to the leak, Cardi did try to get down to who really leaked that audio footage, as you saw. She said, and also issued an apology to Lotto, because in the audios you could hear she sort of, in a roundabout way, kind of called her soft and said she not one of them. She not Nicki. She not Lotto. And tweeted, I was ranting and hot at the moment, but I F with Lotto heavy. I respect everything about her, including her team. That's so sweet. And no, I'm not too prideful to apologize to somebody I really respect. This is my public apology, and I'm a privately buy her a bag. Oh, isn't that nice of you? Okay. It better not be Michael Kors. You better go for a Fendi or a Prada. Okay. You better go for some Goyard or some Gucci. Okay. Don't go light now. I wouldn't even think that Lotto would take an offense to something like that. Because we have seen Cardi B get down on Love and Hip Hop multiple times. So to me, Lotto, for her to even take that as offense would be stupid. Because we haven't seen Lotto get down. We've seen her argue over her mama, but we haven't seen her get down. Okay. Now, Cardi B also said, but wait, James, because I know you didn't only record the beginning of that conversation. Go ahead and post a whole 11-minute convo when Ice Spice said she was in her feelings, all because I said Sexy deserved a BET award. And she had just won some iHeart award I wasn't even thinking about. Post it all. You came to bang, right? Okay. Why you dressed like you ready to bang? Oh, you ready to bang? Y'all remember that? With Sky and what's her name? Sky and Rashida fought in that damn tattoo shop. Why you dressed like you came ready to bang? Okay. Someone tweeted at Cardi though and said, you can obviously tell the call was recorded from your end, babe. She said, no, I was in my bedroom by myself. I just sound more hot. I just sound more higher because not only was I louder, but it was more echo because it's bigger. Everything louder in there. I don't think she recorded this, and I don't think she would leak this because to me, this doesn't make her look good at all. It kind of makes her look as if she's just as much as the drama, like she says, am I the drama as much as a Nicki Minaj? So I don't think she leaked this at all. Okay. Let me know what y'all think down below about all of this. There may be a part 2 of this video because this is all still in real time. Drop your thoughts below on who y'all think really won this Twitter war. And what do you guys think Miss JT is coming with on Friday? Okay. Y'all think that this is going to be as fire and as hitting as Cardi's was? I want to hear what y'all think down below about all this, y'all. Let me know what y'all think, and we're all babies.